420 Table Talk. My name's Donnie. And this is Willie.
What up? It's Willie T in the house. 420 Table Talk. What we smoking on, Donnie?
Today we are smoking on some Black Sugar Rose
Ooh.
number 8. I don't know what these numbers mean, but I mean it's Black
8.
Sugar Rose. So, and remember, we're still passing the bowl. So Willie's got his bong right there.
Yeah, we don't pass bongs. We pass bowls.
No, he's got his bong.
Yeah, you
ready
know what
to
the
go,
numbers
and,
mean?
yeah.
Actually, it's like the. It's usually refers to different generation strains that they do.
Right, I think so.
Yeah,
The different
yeah,
generation.
so-
I think you're all right.
Yep. So they have like like.
Gorilla Glue
For
number
instance,
4.
GG number 4. That was
Right.
like the 4th iteration of
Yeah, the
breeding
4th
and
generation,
techniques
right.
and kind of breeding the families. And I'm not the breeding expert. That'd be Miss Trishy. She knows all the parents and everything.
She'll be here soon too.
Yeah, but I back in my day, we had 3 kinds of weed. We
Right.
had the dirt weed, the work weed, and then the good shit.
And then the good shit. Right. Yeah, your low class, your middle class, and your upper class. The top shelf, the bottom tier, middle tier. Yeah, and man, that's crazy.
We don't pass bongs.
Pass the bowl.
We pass bowls.
So today we're going to talk about what you guys out there and what we and most stoners out there are searching up online. The most searched by stoners online.
Most searched stoners.
Most searched by stoners.
What are stoners looking up online? Doritos.
The number one thing, and I'm sure you're probably going to think that's right, is does cannabis make you smarter? Does cannabis make us smarter?
That's a funny thing to look up.
And this is what I guess the Google people that monitor the page to see what people are looking up and stuff are telling. That's where I got it from.
That's where they got it. So does cannabis? So
passing the bowl, not too long.
the
See, we get high and we fuck it up. Sorry, we're stoned. And the science behind it says no. Although it does alter our perception, it doesn't alter our intelligence.
Yeah.
So no cannabis.
Well, intelligence measurement is a funny thing because we look at there's so many different ways of measuring intelligence.
Right.
Like if you really think about it, playing a piano, being able to do all your math problems properly, might be a sign of high intelligence. But realistically, when you look at that like a system of how to survive in the wild, I don't really,
it might not work.
Yeah, it don't work. Like you're out in the jungle playing a piano until a tiger gets you. You know what I mean?
A big old King Kong come through or somebody.
Actually, seen a study that had that, and that's what they were doing. They were doing like cognitive thought processes between the same age of childs compared to apes and human beings. And what they were doing was they were taking a small box and they were hiding the candy in an area that was a room, right? And then they'd have the chimp or the child go into a bigger version of that room. Child, not a single care in the world, but the chimp went through and just grabbed it. Now, I got really super high when I watched this, and the first thought I had when I was saying it, I was like, yeah, but the chimp's probably hungrier.
Probably.
The kid looks well fed. That chimp's probably hungry.
Probably really hungry. Get him some bananas or something.
Exactly. He's been just eating pellets.
Fresh fruit.
But,
yeah, that's crazy.
that was just kind of funny to see because it actually was studying, intelligence and how it's measured. Because we don't consider, apes to be very intelligent.
Right. Well, they are.
They are.
They're more intelligent than us.
Yeah, they're actually more advanced than us when they're born, when it comes
sure.
to just basicness.
Oh, yeah.
Except for that opposable thumb, man. We got them beat on that.
Right. the second most.
What was it?
Thing.
So they were looking up, That's so funny, man. I wonder, the IQ of the people that were looking that question up. That would be a good question.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I wonder the IQ of the people who are doing these studies.
Right.
On this scientific, they're saying according to science. Well, which scientists are doing the scientific study? At what school is it being done in a science room in a school? Is it being done in a personal lab? Are these private scientists that are giving us these reviews? Or that where we're pulling our information from? Are we, pulling it from probably, I think probably like they're doing in Maine, they got that lab going, so that's probably where they're getting their scientific information. Like they're saying, the second most research thing is why do smart people smoke cannabis? You know, so you go from does cannabis make you smarter to why do smart people smoke cannabis? I'm going, what's the, you know, I don't understand what's going on here, Willie. I mean, they're talking about.
So let me get this straight. Straight. You got the guys that aren't very smart. So
Right.
why does it make you?
So they want to make you smarter.
Why do smart guys smoke cannabis? But then you got the guys that actually got a little bit smart asking if it actually makes sense.
So according to them, they asked 100 smart, yes, smart to them stoners, why they smoke cannabis, and the number one answer is because it helps them relax.
Well, and I mean focus. I would say it probably doesn't make you smarter, but if you smoke the right amount, you get focused. You know,
hyper focused.
Like, and you could really focus on one thing and get that one particular thing done. You know,
I know, like
and that necessarily doesn't make you smarter.
No.
But it would appear to be smarter. Like everybody thinks I'm smart. That's because I know how to Google some shit. I'm not even joking.
No, for real.
In an office with a bunch of college-educated people, and I could Google it.
When you smoke, like I know for myself, when I smoke and then I game sometimes, bro, I'm like, I'm killing it, dude. I'm like in this, bro. I'm like a tank, you know what I'm saying? And there'll be other days when I'm not high and I'll be playing, I'll be getting killed everywhere. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, bring me that joint, man. I got you know, I start choking on that thing. Give me a couple of hits of me real quick before I keep on with my gaming, you know, because I don't know. I feel like you do that hyper focused tunnel vision type thing, you know what I'm saying, on certain games, bro. You're just like, some days you just be mobbing it on a certain strand too, you know, because the strand makes a big difference on.
Johnny, have you, in your gaming experience, I don't know, this has happened to me before. Have you ever played a video game and get stuck? Except you don't get stuck no more because all video games are too damn easy nowadays. But get stuck, and then you can't beat it, and you go to bed, and you dream about the video game all night.
Like
and then you wake up the next morning and beat it easy.
I can remember the exact video game too, and I can tell you right now what it was. God of War, the first one.
Yeah?
When you had to grab those, I didn't know when you find the first big dragon, but you had to hook your things to the big old pylons and pull them down on top of the dragon. Well, I'm the whole time trying to fight the dragon like I'm fighting it. I didn't know you had to do all this. I never played God of War. It just came out, you know, and pissed me off, bro. I spent like 4 hours, dog, trying to get past it. And I went to bed that night dreaming about it, dude. And the next morning I woke up getting killed by that fucking dragon. I was like, oh, Lord, I need to get high. And I need to go play this game again. And then eventually I got past it.
Nice.
You know, because my buddy at work, that same day I had to go to work that morning, you know, and the guy that was teaching me everything I know on construction, you know, he says, I asked him, because he was playing too, I said, how the hell did you get past that first dragon? He says, you got to use the pylons. I'm like, what fucking pylons you talking about, bro? I don't see no pylons. I see his background, you know, because how the game has come a long ways now.
I know.
Oh my God, the HD, oh Lord, that 4K TV, come on now. Woo! Ooh. See, I told my wife I want to give me an 80 by 80 or an 80-inch string, bro, a big old 80-inch string just hanging on my. And look, I can be playing like I'm in real life.
He wants to play that life size.
Yeah, I want to play that life size shit. For real though.
I got a VR system, and I love playing VR.
Yeah, VR.
Playing VR high is much easier than not high. I noticed that.
And the simulators are cool though. The simulators on those VRs, those are the fun things. Those gun simulators, the flight simulators. Oh Lord.
But you cannot play VR for very long. I'll tell you what, man. Like you get motion sickness.
Oh yeah,
everybody does it.
Right.
But...
We used to go to the one at the it was the Bally's. In Reno when we were kids, you know, my parents used to take us to Bally's. The MGM is what it used to be before it turned Bally's. And we'd go to the arcade there, and they'd have a bunch of those VR games when VR was first getting popular. And we'd get strapped in there, and we'd be doing these virtual truck driving and stuff. You know, that shit, man. You would get motion sickness, bro, for real. Because after about 3 or 4 rides, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm cool. I don't want to go on because you know, you can. Because it's a whole different thing. Cause I feel it messes with your perception.
Oh, I know what this is because I discovered it when we had PSPs. Back when I was a hustler, I lost my license, right?
Right.
And you know you can't be running the packs without a license. It's asking for trouble.
Right.
So I had a paid driver, and she would drive me all the time, and I decided because I'd get bored, so I just decided to get a PSP, and I started playing PSP, and I had a little racing game in there. And this was the first time I ever got sick from a video game, because I never got motion sickness from a video game. And I remember racing, and I'm going up to the turn, and I'm taking a left-hand turn, but the car in real life took a right-hand turn, and my equilibrium in my ears went, "Hey, you're moving towards the right." And my brain said, "No, man, you're moving towards the left." And my stomach said, "No, man."
It's going everywhere, like watching the problem child when he speeds up that ride. Yeah, right.
I cannot play video games like that. I don't know.
crazy.
Maybe y'all can, but I sure can't. I sure can't. Definitely. And what else is in the you got for us, Donnie? Donnie's always looking up some good stuff.
Let's see. We got the second most thing why do smart people smoke cannabis is it helps them write better poems. All right.
Better poems?
Yeah, poems. Like, so they're apparently we have a lot of freaking cannabis smoking.
They have a lot of poems out there or something?
Poem writers out there.
Are they getting too high for getting to actually
That's what I'm
getting
thinking.
published?
I don't know. I have no idea, but that was the second thing that they said is why smart people smoke. So I guess only smart people write poems or something, or I don't know, maybe they're thinking of Da Vinci or Beethoven or...
Man, I thought this was
don't
going to
know.
be a lot more funner. Like,
What's
they were
that?
looking up like Dorito chips or like,
Right.
no,
like, this is what they look up.
how to get free
what
rides
they look
at
up.
Disneyland or something,
But I did see something that was kind of interesting, because I know when I smoke a lot of cannabis, man, I'll just start laughing for no reason, dude. I'm just like, I'm a giggle box, and Jeffrey out there walking down the street or where I go, everything's funny as shit, and it ain't funny to everybody else, but to me, in science that's one thing I was looking up this week about the scientific reasons why cannabis makes us laugh.
All right.
That this is so. I looked up stuff the science is backing, because I feel they have a little more pull than what anybody else would tell me, because they're actually doing studies on it. You know what I'm saying? They're knowing. So what they're saying is the scientists are saying, the professionals say that cannabis with high THC, it has to be at least 22% or more. The more the better. It really reacts with your happy neuroreceptors, neurotransmitters. It helps them relax. So it kind of like, I don't want to say it makes you dumb, but it kind of dumbs you down a little bit.
It kind of goes against the first part.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, that's what
But I guess it makes you more susceptible to perceiving the things around you.
Right, I
So
think
your perception is up. So you're perceiving things around you, and the funny things are even more funnier.
Right, for sure. It makes
that reminds me of a good
perception.
story. That reminds me of a great story. We had a 420 party. And you know how 420 parties go. But looking back on it, I don't think we had weed that was over 22% back then. Like, that was a long time ago. That was when,
Right.
You were lucky to get something
16.
maybe like 16 or 18%,
Right, no, I got you, right, sure.
I remember being so high, and we were just, I just was goofing around, and everybody was always so musical. So I got one of the drums, one of the bongos, and I was just like, narrating every single thing that everybody did on the drum, like playing it, and Donnie opened a pop, and I would just hit the thing, smack it, boom, right? And it was the most dumbest thing ever.
It was funny as hell.
But everybody was laughing so hard. This one chick was laughing so hard she couldn't even handle it no more. We thought she started hyperventilating.
Right, she's like, "Stop! I'm gonna pee myself."
She did.
Quit it! I'm peeing. You're too funny. I've been to comedy clubs like that. Living in Nevada, I've gone to see some and be lit too. I'm talking about lit, Jack. Like, we was lit. We just took 100 bong hits. Smoked some good hash brown. We going to the comedy club over there at the Harris Casino. My uncle, and we go there.
Well,
oh man,
when the world opens up again, and
it was so awesome.
We can go share our bowls with people. We could actually go visit some of our friends, man, over in Nevada, and we know some comedians over there.
Nevada was a good place to go.
Nevada.
I don't know if I'd live there again. I would go and like hang out, because it's a cool like little party town. You know what I'm saying? It's a little hangout spot. You know what I mean? They got some. It's kind of a stoner's paradise. And now weed's legal there, bro. I'm like, look at dog. I grew up in Nevada.
See, every comedy club should have weed on it.
We moved to Nevada in 1981. All right, and I was like 10, so we moved to Reno, right? And it was crazy though, seeing like these huge, not really huge like now, but back then they were big ass buildings like the MGM Grand Ballroom, and going to those places, and just getting lit up, dude, and then walking into like the buffet, bro, and then the waitresses would be tripping because look, we'd have place piled up on the end because we were so high, we come in there and eat, you know what I mean? Me and my uncle and a couple friends, we go to Peppermill, and the buffets were so awesome because one thing I know about, I read about too about smoking cannabis. It enhances your taste buds.
I wonder something though, because now that you say that, I'm thinking about the word munchies. Like, have you ever noticed?
Oh yeah,
it
makes you hungry.
Munchies,
yeah, because it messes with
like
your. It's it has the opposite effect of coffee. So when you drink coffee, it's a suppressant.
But I don't know about you, but it never feels like when I'm high, I got like the sit down and eat a big meal. It's more like you want to graze and eat.
Yeah, well nowadays it is. Back then we were eating big meals, but nowadays it's grazing. But I'll graze through a whole quart of ice cream and a couple candy bars. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm grazing. I'm just kind of plowing through it, because.
I'm wondering if there's some scientific reason to that. Like why it doesn't feel like you just want to sit down and eat. Like, for instance, when you're super high, I don't know. I don't want to sit down and eat. A 2-pound steak.
No,
I want to eat like a bunch of chips and a bunch of cookies and a bunch of
ice cream
and a small 6-ounce steak, and everything mixed with it, bacon on top of it. Because it's never just like, we want a big pizza. It's we want a big pizza with cheese and pepper and get pineapple and
that's why we always went to the buffets, because. Like going there, if you didn't want to have breakfast that day, you could skip over to lunch. Or if you didn't want to have lunch, you go straight to. I'd always go straight to the dessert, because dude, they had a dessert thing that was huge.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I was straight there, but I'm talking about let me get some of this, let me get 4 of those, 3 of those, and 2 of those. I'm looking at cream puffs and nice piece of cake and stuff, because that's how it was there. Like, I mean, that's just real. But you're paying like $20-$25 to get in for a good meal. But then you got Chinese, Mongolian barbecue, you know what I'm saying? You got your American food, your cheeseburgers, you got a whole culture of food in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of those old, like, that's where the, they got that idea from the, what do they call those little food courts. The food courts gave the buffets the idea, because look, food courts was around before the buffet. You see what I'm saying? Because buffet started with people just having organized, everybody potlucks is what the first buffet was. You know what I mean? And when buffets started coming around, I mean, that's interesting to see how cannabis, can have, like, with some people that cannabis will suppress their appetite. I mean, not cannabis with coffee or something, they have a suppressed appetite, period. Yeah. And then they'll smoke cannabis and they're like, oh, shoot, now I can eat. You know what I mean? Like with cancer patients and stuff.
It's going to be crazy. One of the great, I'm the lighter holder, man. Lighter camper. One of the great seed, one of the great seed guys from Amsterdam. I can't remember the name of the company.
I love Amsterdam.
It's drawing a complete blank on me. But Arnie, and I might be saying his name wrong, he was... one of the finders of some of the breeds, and they had just uncovered a breed in Africa that actually helps suppress appetite. But it's in development. I know the seeds are being produced because breeding takes forever. They find these seeds, and then it takes 20 generations before it even gets to a position where it's what we would call cannabis. Because cannabis is hemp and marijuana. And marijuana
is bad.
Marijuana. I hate marijuana.
I know they call it marijuana.
That word should not exist because that word was a made-up word. We'll talk about that on another day.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Save
that
one for me.
We'll talk about that when we get our guests.
We got a little bit more time,
Rex, we're going to be wrapping this one up here in about 5 minutes.
So, the cannabis plant goes through so many cycles before it gets to even a position that it's a cannabis plant. I mean, that we know today. We've bred up these cannabis plants to be what they are.
Cannabis wasn't originally grown as cannabis. Cannabis was originally grown as hemp. And some smart dude figured out, how the fuck can I make this hemp get me high?
So I look forward to it, you know, because unfortunately the finder of this, he died from malaria from that thing. So rest in peace to him, and it's yeah, we should see and say another. That was roughly 2 years ago. You know, roughly another 5 or 6 years, we should start actually seeing strains on the market that actually suppress appetite.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, yeah, as soon as those come out, you can best believe we're gonna have edibles that don't make you hungry. Because that's the only thing I don't like about edibles.
Is they make you hungry?
Is they make
I
you
know
edible.
that. Shoot.
Rest in peace to my homie Jason. He one of our 420s. We used to make what we call brick pound chili. Everybody's like, "What's brick pound chili?" Well, it's chili with a pound of brick.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Hell yeah.
And then it gets you so hot. And no, we cooked the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Seeds and stems and all.
Oh, yeah.
But if you cooked it for so long, the seeds and the stems would get soft and you could actually eat them. And it was just delicious. And I'll never forget my friend Jason. He'd just be eating it. He's like sitting on my couch one day. He's like, "Man, it just sucks. Every time you eat a bowl, you just get hungry again and want another bowl. But then you keep getting higher and higher."
Right. You gotta hide that stuff or just eat it all real quick.
A brick pound chili. That's crazy.
So look it up, brick pound chili.
Brick pound chili. Oh, you can't look that shit.
I know. I'm just messing with people because they're looking up weird stuff today.
There's a secret though. You gotta do it right. Because if you don't do it right, then it becomes too bitter. Right. You don't want no bitter cannabis. Like we should talk about that one day, man.
We got all kinds of stuff going on.
If you can't make a recipe that doesn't have bitter cannabis, then you need to reevaluate your recipe. That's why I fully believe in butters, man.
Right.
This whole like I'm a cannabis chef. Yo, I put like a pound of RSO on top of my burger. Like that's not chef.
No. Did you actually cook with the RSO? Did you make a barbecue sauce with the RSO? And then do your burger and then caramelize that RSO barbecue sauce around your... No, you did not. All you did was make the burger. You took a thing of RSO and go, like it's ketchup, you know.
Dropping a dab on it.
Right, I'm dropping a dab, and then you put it together and go, look, I'm chef burger.
In the salt shaker, dab.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
You gotta get the tincture out. You gotta get the barbecue sauce out, the tincture, the RSO, whip it all in a bowl, make a nice little marble caramelized coating you can put over the burger, right? And you put that on there, and then you barbecue it real quick.
There you go.
Throw it on your burger, and that's how you get it done.
Tons of them.
Hell yeah, you guys, this has been fun. It's been great.
We've been stoned, you know. Sorry, we're stoned.
For sure. We'll see you guys on the next date.
Yep.
Peace out.